Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. Couple things I did before starting up that I just wanted to draw your attention to quickly because I didn't think they would make great footage. We got a bunch of our industries running on publicly traded now, so we're going to see how that goes. I also remembered that we have, now that we got mutual funds, we have the ability to go to commercialized agriculture. This is going to make everyone happy, or at least everyone that's got any power in the country. So we'll go ahead and do that. And that's going to be what we're going to do before we kick off. The intelligentsia are happier, and hopefully that'll... Hey, this movement got a lot weaker, which is wonderful. So, next we're going to look at some expansion targets. Oppressor and oppressed. As our industries have grown more and more crucial to the future of the British nation, so too has the working class. Disparate workers' movements have begun to unite under the cause for socialism. The development of modern industry, therefore, cuts from under its feet the very foundation on which the bourgeoisie produces and appropriates products. What the bourgeoisie therefore produces above all is its own grave diggers. Its fall and the victory of the proletariat are equally inevitable. A storm approaches. Interesting. I don't know what has caused this event. Oh, it's this. It's the specter. The specter of communism. Anyway. Don't need to worry too much about that. Hopefully we'll get to peace fairly soon. After we achieve peace, I'm going to take a little sweep of my my protectorates in other countries and see if we can see what I can figure out in terms of reducing autonomy and otherwise generally doing the things I want to do. Cool. Everything's going with the USA. Gotta keep my eye on you, USA. Relations with Spain are amicable. That's fine. I do want to take a little bit more territory in here. I may just war France for, like, the West Indies and Christmas Island and a couple of other areas, just to make that whole situation easier. But we'll see how that goes. I don't necessarily need that. I may grab the rest of Chad from Wadai. I mean, obviously, I'm going to at this point. William Gladstone. He seemed important. Hold on. I think... What does that change? Oh, the head of the intelligentsia is an authoritarian now. Interesting. It means if we pull them into the government, we'll be very legitimate, which I think I'm going to do. Kerblam. They're much happier with technocracy now. Well, they'd be happier with something else, but it is what it is. Cool. Denmark ended their rivalry with Canada. Well, good for you, Denmark. I'm glad you sorted that out. So the Radical French Rebellion, what is this? Anglo-Indian Liberal Revolt. Well, gosh, there goes being at peace. Well, that really is a lot of India, huh? That's everyone. Gosh, I wonder what this was about. And British Raj is autocratic presidential republic. I wonder if it was trade, mercantilism, slavery maybe? No. Not the vote, clearly. Here's what we want it to be. Sorry, I'm singularly pretty bad at this task of spot the thing that's different when you gotta scroll down first. I really wish the laws were up at the top. Well, anyway. That's quite curious. It looks as though the revolt has gotten most of the battalions. So we will for sure need to step in. And we're the primary defender here. So let's rally the Army of India, the Army of Ireland. Army of India, I think, might need another leader. Don't have a lot of good commanders at the moment. So we'll deploy this army here to the main front. Army of Ireland we will do the same with. We have several smaller fronts. I don't think we have the capacity to reach them, however. So for the moment... Oh, and we've got a front here as well. So we'll actually put the Army of Ireland there. They'll come up from the south. Let's grab the Army of the Army of West Africa is already mobilized. We'll put them on... I see this as the main front. And we'll mobilize the Army of the West Indies as well. Put them in the main front. Army of the Cape of Good Hope. Put them here as well. Alright, that should be good to go. Don't have any armies with low organization. Oh, we could do a skyscraper site. That's exciting. Might have to go ahead with that eventually. Sadly, this means reducing our reducing the autonomy of our subject states is not in the cards for now, but we'll see. Anyway, top-down management. The industrialists have taken an interest in commercialized agriculture. Many leaders... Alright, that's the end of that war. Many industry leaders hope to secure the entire supply chain for their companies. Gentlemen, I present to you a model for the future, Lennoxlandia. This diorama, sourced from pieces of this project, aims to capture the whole production chain. Cut out the middlemen, as the high street peddlers like to say. We own the farms to feed the workers, the mines to supply our furnaces, and the cotton for our uniforms. One holistic chain, focusing on the sale and distribution of our final product. Questions? Middle managers will be a thing of the past. Makes the industrials stronger and increases enactment success chance. The workers need additional protections. Slightly less enactment success chance makes the unions a little happier and the industrialists mad. Or an interesting proposal, we're taking it, increases pop support for command economy. I don't... Oh, we're going to go with the top one. I don't know about that other stuff. This is the Andhra Nagpur front, right? This is the... these are both the same front. I can't put anyone on those fronts, game. It's not going to matter. Anyway. Let's see if our armies have successfully shifted over to trench infantry. Okay, it seems like they mostly have. To an extent. Alright, we'll go ahead. We're technically at peace now. So let's quickly take a run at our... Let me see. For protectorates, we have Ionians, Netherlands, and Sokoto. For the Netherlands, can I reduce their autonomy now? They will accept? Cool. That'll be 7.2 infamy, but crucially, no one is in a position to actually stop me. So, I think we're going to go ahead and reduce their autonomy. They've accepted. Perfect. Good color. This is wonderful, because then we can just get this little chunk of Africa when we annex them. And that'll be really, really nice. And we'll get this chunk of Guyana as well. Home affairs increases to 5. Very good. Very research. Right, we're working on malaria prevention, and that's very important. Obviously, now we're losing a pile of cash, but that's okay. I think... I'm not going to mobilize the remaining armies. I think we're where we want to be overall in terms of total armed capacity. How's the main front? We do have the advantage on the main front. What is the capital state of the Anglo-Indian peasant revolt? It's Delhi. Alright, well that's not shocking. So we will set Delhi as the strategic objective. Oh, I wonder if it's the land reform thing. They have homesteading. We have serfdom. Yep, that's what it is. They were against serfdom. Well, can't say as I disagree. Discord within the Anglican Church. An influential faction within the Anglican Church has grown frustrated with their co-members' neutrality on the topic of commercialized agriculture. Themselves in favor of the law, they've now resolved to form a separate political faction intent on passing it. How can you all stand idly by and watch the world pass before your eyes? Have you no sense of honor, of duty to your fellow man? I see nay to such lack of ambition, and I dare say I am not alone in this. With their support, the bill shall pass. Makes them weaker and makes increased enactment chance, or the industrialists extend an open hand to these mavericks. Less enactment chance, but it also makes the industrialists stronger. I'm going to go with the second one. We are in the business of making the industrialists stronger. And I think they're getting stronger by themselves as we get more and more. Oh, that's a good number of monthly loyalists. I'm very pleased about that. As they get stronger. We are going to be kind of losing on this front at the beginning. Another oil rush event. It's just fine. And here's the war popping off. Not sure why our army that's going to the front on... Okay, here we go. We have arrived. We have arrived with a real army. I sent probably a much stronger army than was needed over there, but we're making a lot of progress really fast, so I'm pretty pleased about that. As for the main front, progress is keeping pace as needed. None of our armies are in a particularly bad situation organization-wise, so I'm feeling pretty good about that overall. All these other fronts are a little rough, but... Uh-oh! Let's grab an army and put it on this front. We don't want front chicanery happening while we're trying to do work. So we're taking over a lot of territory in southern India really fast. That's excellent. We're in review. So as you can see, now that we're a technocracy, these stages have changed. Now we're at formulation, review, and implementation, whereas before we were at, proposal, debate, and voting or something like that. Let's take a look at some of these battles. You fighting a battle? Getting there. This battle has already ended. Success. We're experiencing great success in the war place. There we go. Seems like the enemy defeated our allies in the western side of the front, but on the eastern side here we do appear to be winning. There we go. And then it goes back to a regular front. So, oh my goodness. Alright, well, we'll make sure we're pushing forward on all of the fronts. I don't know why the Army of India... I don't know why these armies are changing fronts right now, but they are. Things are somewhat complicated. But our force comparison on this front is extremely, extremely good, so hoping we continue to experience success in those areas. It does look like the enemy is actually not pushing forward on any of these isolated fronts, so we might be able to simply catch them and put them to bed in good order. It is very nice being an overlord faction for sure. Moving through here. Hey, we're already in implementation for commercialized agriculture. That's wonderful. We have a movement to enact census suffrage, led by the freaking... led by the landed gentry. That's wild. Or at least with the landed gentry in it. But we're not going to enact suffrage. We're a technocracy. We think
the intelligent should rule. The people would only get it wrong.
I don't know what that last bit was. Right, so we do have some armies redeploying to this front, but again, I don't think it's going to actually impact stuff a whole lot. Are we winning in this battle? Oh, we sure are. You can see because we got trench works, we got this much tighter trench emplacement here. You can see the way units evolve visually as they... We've lost that one. It's not great. I'm going to blame our allies. I don't think that's a good place to set up your trenches. Anglo-Indian peasant revolt. Rousing speech captivates the public. This afternoon, Roared Lennox, leader of the Industrialists, delivered a fiery speech advocating for the enactment of commercialized agriculture. Making an appearance before the public in London's main square, Roared Lennox's powerful rhetoric left even his most embittered political opponents impressed. Excerpts from the speech are already being circulated across Great Britain, fanning the fires of an already roaring debate. This should ease the path to reform greatly, 15% enactment chance, or performances like this reflect well on Roared Lennox and his cause. 10% enactment chance, but extra popularity and strength for the Industrialists. I'm going to go with the second one. It looks as though we are big winning this war. They are losing war support at almost 7 per week. So I am pretty confident in our ability to continue forward without a problem. On the infamy front, though, we're pretty high still. After we... Love it, Pete. Please defend both fronts. Philosophical pragmatism, excellent. Okay. I might have made a mistake here. Put this army on this front, and this army on this front. I'm hoping that wasn't just a terrible error, but I don't think we can really lose this war at this stage. I'm feeling extremely confident. Continuing to build up a solid iron supply here as we grow our market. Alright, and that is the end of the peasant revolt. We have a huge convoy shortage. What on earth? Huh. That's a real problem. We're going to need to increase ports by a lot. All right, where have we got labor? Niger Delta, you're getting max ports. Benin, you're getting max ports. South Cameroon, you're getting max ports. Put some ports in Ghana at least. Some in Gambia. Some in Mauritania. Ooh, popular playwright endorses reform. That's excellent. We're going to put these all the way at the top of the construction queue for now. Probably should have just moved the other stuff, but that's okay. In the midst of the debate surrounding commercialized agriculture, one of the country's leading playwrights, strongly associated with the Industrialists, has staged a widely acclaimed play whose politically laden theme makes no secret of the author's desire for the law to be passed. The man's viewpoints may be somewhat partisan, but sir, you cannot argue with his prose. Commercialized agriculture will be on everyone's lips now. This gives us an additional 10% enactment chance. This sure puts the Industrialists in a good light, which makes them stronger for 5 years. Or, let us ensure the play gets a wider international audience. This gives us 20 prestige. I'm going with the last one. Been a while since we've had a law working that we could just farm for extra extra prestige with that event, but yeah. What advances this progress bar? States with turmoil. Ah, yes. We've got pretty solid policing and home affairs institutions, so we're pushing it back down, and I'm pretty pleased about that. Did I get this and just not read it ever? I'm gonna read it now. So, the rising prevalence of socialist unrest within Great Britain has begun to coalesce into a movement that threatens the rule of the upper classes. Struggle between classes has acquired a sharper edge as British workers adopt the methods and principles of the socialist movement. The voices of the proletariat cry out for liberty, for equality, and for bread. Workers of the world, unite. So, will fail if the progress bar reaches 100%. Will fail if triggers a world to win. Communist, anarchist, and vanguardist characters will appear much more frequently. If time runs out, triggers the event Firebreak, the British socialist movement will be weakened for the near future. So we're experiencing a net progress of negative 1.02. This is determined by states in turmoil primarily, and states with standard of living below the expected standard of living. States with large loyalist bodies, there are not many of those right now, but we're working on it. So it's primarily being suppressed by my heavy policing and home affairs institutions. Those are really heavily invested in because, of course, we're doing a technocratic authoritarian regime. We're getting a little bit of positive progress towards the bar from interest groups supporting Council Republic. And if there were characters supporting Council Republic, the same thing would happen with them. Anyway, that's that event. Not too much to worry about with that. We still have expensive silk. Ooh, oil in Lancashire. Very good. Just check something quickly, because I think malaria prevention is going to give us extra colonial affairs maximum, and we are going to have... So I'm going to have to remember to push the button on increasing colonial affairs, because we're going to have colonial affairs like nobody's business. We do have a company at this point that's giving... this is giving us minting. Minting loyalists, extra loyalists, fewer radicals, and birth rate. All very good things to have. And there is commercialized agriculture. So, what this does is it turns all of our agricultural buildings into publicly traded. And that is going to be extremely effective for us on the whole. We are getting some ticking radicals. Here's another Hell on Earth event. We'll launch an inquiry again. We are getting ticking radicals from these two movements, but we're also getting ticking loyalists from our righteous government, which is more or less, which is more than balancing them out. So let me just make sure high legitimacy isn't going down right now. Amount of loyalists from high legitimacy is not going down right now, and it is not. So I'm very pleased about that. We are also seeing some reduction in radicals from that same thing, although not as much as I would like. We'll see how that goes. Wild wells. Blowouts, oil fires, and other lethal accidents are becoming more common as the hunt for oil in British Chad grows more ruthless. You think you've seen fire, but you have never seen fire like this, he said, giving the young man a stern look. And you better pray you don't, because if you haven't been out on the oil fields, the only place you'll ever see it is hell itself. Where there is oil, there would be blood, 20% extra oil industry employee mortality in British Chad, industrialists happy, trade unions angry, or pressure the owners to take a more careful approach. Cool. Pressure the owners to take a more careful approach. British Chad gets reduced oil extractors throughput. Does this... My industrialists are extremely happy. I'm going to go with the second one. I'm not in a hurry with this. You notice they have gotten significantly stronger, and I hope they will continue to get stronger. Transvaal colonized Zambezi. Very well. They are at war with Sawana right now. Well, they're going to be. Rubber is successfully grown in Guinea. This place seems to be the most effective. I can read that event 75 times. So we are at this point experiencing pretty good colonial growth. I'm actually going to start a few more colonies in other high malaria areas, particularly in Western New Guinea and Eastern New Guinea. These colonies are going to grow really slowly right now immediately, but as soon as we get malaria prevention, they're going to grow much faster, and it'll be nice for us to have a little bit of a head start on all the other countries that are going to be rushing for those areas as soon as they've got malaria prevention. We should have malaria prevention in about 2 years, which will be wonderful. USA wants a trade agreement. I accept. So, Sawana, what can you offer me? War goals. Ooh. Protectorate in Transvaal. That would be interesting. It would be fun to have Transvaal as my protectorate. Can I tolerate that in terms of infamy, though? I cannot. So we won't worry about it. For now. That's interesting. But it is what it is. We are at peace once again. So let's see. Marina Kingdom. You're a Dominion. I'm kind of happy with you being a Dominion right now. I'm overall okay with that. Great Qing, what's your overall situation? You're an absolute empire. You've got a lot of battalions. I've got a lot better battalions than you, I think, but... Okay, so you've got skirmish infantry and mobile artillery. I'm higher tech than you on both counts, but also you've got a lot of battalions. Think about grabbing a treaty port. I should just grab a new treaty port in Japan. Okay, what's it going to take to give me a treaty port in Tohoku? 8 infamy to take a treaty port. So once I'm below... I could actually do it right now. I think I'm going to do it right now. Let me just quickly take a look at Japan and see if I can... So we got mostly still irregular infantry. Yeah, I think capital's Nagoya. Why is the capital Nagoya? Did you have some sort of rebellion or something? This is still Emperor Yasukata Chutoku. That's different. Oh, that's right. They had a rebellion. They had a rebellion about something a while ago. Probably getting rid of serfdom, given that they got a movement to enact serfdom. Absolutely wild. Let's go ahead and take a treaty port. This is going to cause us a little infamy. They might accept. I'm hoping they accept. They did not accept. Well, I guess I shouldn't be shocked. We'll mobilize our main armies to deal with this situation. We'll also grab the army of West Africa and the army of the Cape of Good Hope. It's good to have a bunch of different armies in this situation just so that we can make sure we've got all the capabilities we need to have. Russia sides with someone that I don't really need to concern themselves with. Chugurt. I don't know why Russia's involving themselves in that situation, but it is what it is. Let's grab the Plymouth Station fleet and put them in the Sea of Japan. I don't think I'm going to need more than 225 battalions. They've got 175 plus 88, which is about the same amount. I don't think they've got nearly the kind of capabilities that we have. Because we've got a treaty port here, we're extremely able to push forward here without having a problem. Only France or China is interested in intervening, at least on my side. I'm not really interested in having either of them in this thing. So, yeah, we're just going to not worry about it. We got plenty of armies on the way. Where's my main army? Where is the army of Ireland right now? They're going this way. Across Canada. That's, that sure is a decision. You know what? Why don't you pick up the Army of Canada on the way? Alright. This is going to be our second attempt to establish a treaty port in Japan. I'm hoping it's going to take this time. Black gold, black money. An inquiry has revealed that government politician Edward Gunn's recent wealth has been accumulated through bribes from oil companies, allowing them to lease land without bidding. That's not where I thought this was going to go. This is the intelligentsia general with the authoritarian ideology. In an investigation like this, there's a way to know you're on the right track. It's that records of what you look for start to go missing. The harder you look, the more it disappears, until it appears as if a man conjured his fortune from nothing. Once you force them to make it look like magic, you can start figuring out the trick. You must make an example of all the parties in this scandal. Edward Gunn receives a harsh sentence and is forced to resign. This makes the industrialists mad. An elected official abusing his position is a severe crime. Edward Gunn receives a harsh sentence and is forced to resign. Trade unions get mad instead. Corporate leaders undermining our government cannot be allowed to walk free. This doesn't get rid of him, but reduces our legitimacy, or even great people make mistakes. This can all be settled with some fines. This reduces our legitimacy and upsets the trade unions. I'm going to upset the trade unions and lose the general. So, that was Edward Gunn. Portsmouth Station has low organization now. Alright, so our current Commodore. Let's see who we can get. Got a meticulous dockyard organizer? Heck yes. An experienced naval commander and innovator? Heck yes. In fact, this guy. Oh, John Fisher. Okay, that's a name I've heard of before. We're going to give him increases in rank. Alright, and that should be the only army with low organization. As a result of this. Oh, no, household division. Needs a new leader. This guy's an armed forces royalist. We'll just give him a promotion. That's right, we don't have anyone really good. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab a formation that I don't use for high stakes work that much, and I'm going to throw both of these Midland guys in here and get us some better guys. Alright, so household division. We only have one leader. This guy is a jingoist aligned with the armed forces. He's got surveyor, he's got pillager. Those are both really good. We're grabbing him. And war has broken out. A war hath occurred. The Army of Ireland is still on its way, but that should not be a problem. Trucial States is in default. Pressure sides with Mecklenburg. There's a lot going on. Oh, we've got to do a promotion event. The intelligentsia demand the promotion. I think that might have been Gunn, who we just got rid of. That's very funny. The intelligentsia demand the promotion of touting his history of loyal and effective service. So many medals adorned his jacket that one could scarcely see the fabric beneath. But it was not enough. Chest puffed out with pride, the general smiled as he imagined the look on Todd's face when the general learned of his imminent ascension. Their rivalry was legendary among the officers. At last he would have its due. So we can go with has earned it, which makes the intelligentsia happy, or the intelligentsia will not force our hand, which makes the intelligentsia unhappy and the industrialists happy. I'm going to say that has earned it. Kablam. I don't know what that's done, but whatever, man. Oh, Victoria 3 is a very good and stable game with no issues whatsoever. It doesn't really matter what we set as our strategic objective at this point. We don't have any... Like, we're on the capital right now. Nagoya, the capital of Chubu, in Victoria 3 at least, is right here. So as long as we take this state, we'll be able to enforce any war goal we desire. Australia colonized Tonga. Wonderful. Yeah, they are colonizing these zones. I'm actually going to probably colonize some of them myself, just so as to make sure that we don't get anyone else going for them. Oh, Hawaii. You're all by yourselves. Sure would be cool if you were a dominion of the British Empire. The obligation owed to us by Belgium is expiring. Well, that's interesting. They're already in our customs union, right? Yes. Yes, they are. Relations are amicable. Let's make them even better. Friendly, 95. Very good. So, we are definitely winning in Japan right now. We've got two sets of battles going on. And they appear to be... Well, this one doesn't look like it's going quite as well for us, but this one we're definitely winning. Very cool. And we got another over here that we are for sure winning. Once again, you set up your trenches in the water. Not a great look, to be honest. This is a great recipe for trench foot. You get that nasty stuff going on in your feet. It's going to be a real problem. But you know, you're an adult. You can set up your trench wherever you like. I'm not some kind of military expert. Rubber in North Borneo. This place seems to be most effective. Oh my gosh, we're having gold rushes out the wazoo. North Borneo, we got gold. Mine, it's all mine. And North Borneo, we got gold. Mine, it's all mine. I said it was mine, and it's mine. Does that give us an extra mine capacity? No, but it gives us extra gold field capacity. So that's excellent. Got another large battle happening over here. Moving towards success with that. Alright, so now the front has changed sides. Okay, we got our main army going to this front here to the west. And we got the Army of West Africa going there as well. Right? No, they're trying to go to this front. I think they're on that front, though. Or at least they're on their way there. So I'm going to leave them be. I got parity on both fronts, so I think I'm feeling pretty happy about the overall situation. We've got their capital, so that means Japan no longer has war support protection. As you can see, they're losing war support much faster than we are. They're losing at 7 per week. We're losing at less than 1 per week. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident overall in our ability to win this war. And get ourselves a tasty, tasty treaty port. I'm going to see if China has skirmish infantry in all locations. Oh, it doesn't. Necessarily. I mean, it might have a little bit, but I don't know what the ratios are with this. I might be able to win a land war against China, but it would be difficult. If I could promise the Taiping Heavenly Kingdom some chunks of China and get them on our side, I could probably have what we want. Oh my goodness. France is trying to conquer Cambodia, Annam, and Mekong. They're going for the whole kit and caboodle. They're trying to take over all of Dainan. Well, now Russia and China have both sided with Dainan, so I'm feeling pretty confident that that Dainan is going to win this. With that having been said, it might be a nice opportunity to gang up on the French. So, how much infamy have I got? 19.6. Support, ask for war goals. Let's see. Conquer state. Will they be willing to offer us Oran? French Guiana. Oh, French Guiana would be tasty. Tasty, tasty Guiana. Oh, the temptation level is high. Oh my goodness. Should I do it? Should I just go for it? Let's wait until it gets a little farther down here. France is worried. Wow, actually we are way over this episode and I didn't even realize it. So we're going to come back. So the war in Japan is pretty much a foregone conclusion at this point. We're definitely going to win that. In fact, we might be able to win it right now immediately. But I'm not going to do that yet because these armies might demobilize if we're not on a side in this other diplomatic play, and I don't necessarily want them to do that because they're right in the area where I want them to be. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at things a little bit and make a decision at the beginning of the next session. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I will see you all on the other side.